It's Monday Night Football between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. We break down the game, give you our best bet, and it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandstandBettors.com, and Week 8 of the NFL season ends with Monday Night Football between the Bengals and Browns in prime time. We're going to get into our best bet of that one in just a moment, but first, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of our free picks, predictions, and contests throughout the season. And while you're at it, smash that like button. If you are ready for some Monday Night Football, I know we are because we are headed to the game. But without further ado, let's dive in to our matchup here between the Bengals and the Browns. Bengals 3.5-point favorites at the moment, over-under set at 45.5. Now, the Bengals, they come into this matchup 4-3, fresh off a commanding win over the Falcons last week, 35-17. In that game, Burrow threw for 481 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, spreading the ball all over the field to Boyd, Chase, and Higgins. This passing game is essential to their offense because even though they have a very capable running back in Joe Mixon, he's only averaging 3.3 yards per carry, which is 39th amongst running backs in the NFL. Now, as a whole, their rushing attack is also ranked 28th in the league, only putting up 87 yards per game. With Jamar Chase out for this one and possibly the next 4 to 6 weeks, this offense is going to either need Boyd or Higgins or that running game to fill the void. Now, defensively, the Bengals secondary has pretty much been solid this season, ranking 9th in the NFL in yards given up per game, and they're 6th in completions allowed per game, just a little bit over 19. This should not be an issue for them, stopping a mediocre Browns passing attack with the way Brissett has been playing recently, but where they are going to struggle, the Bengals, is stopping the run. They're giving up 119 yards on the ground per game, and they rank 28th in the NFL in opponents' rushing first down percentage. However, where their front seven also struggles even more is generating sacks as a team. They only have 12 sacks this entire season, and they have been getting little to no pressure on opposing quarterbacks. With Cleveland allowing the 9th least sacks this season, the Bengals most likely have issues getting to Brissett in this game as well. And speaking of our Brownies, they come into this one 2-5, and they had a rough season so far, to say the least. 4 of their 5 losses have been decided by 3 points or less, and the coaching on this team has been awful. Stefanski is doing a horrible job, in our opinion, play calling, and Joe Woods just can't get anything right on the defensive side of the ball. And yes, we know the players are out there playing too, but Joe Woods, you gotta go, sir. Coming into the season, everyone knew the Browns would have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL, and the 2 games that Nick Chubb had over 20 carries, coincidentally, the Browns won. So what are you doing, Stefanski? Run the football. Why would we not repeat the success that we have running the football? The Bengals, they have a weak front seven here. The Browns have the 4th ranked rushing attack in the NFL, and they're 8th in yards per carry and 3rd in rushing first downs per game. Now, the passing game for the Browns, it's another story. We know that. They're only averaging 214 passing yards per game, and Brissett has only thrown 6 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Now, this is pretty much what we expected out of him. He's been a game manager, and he has put the Browns in situations to win in almost every game, but in the end, falls short every time. It could not be clearer with this team what they need to do offensively. If they don't run the football, they're not going to win. It's as simple as that. On the defensive side of the ball, Browns secondary should have a huge sigh of relief after they hear that Jamar Chase will not be going up against them this week. And the secondary job is going to get a little bit easier. But will they be able to stop the run? We know that the Bengals are not a run-heavy team, and when they do, Mixon has not racked up a ton of yardage, but the Browns' run defense has been atrocious recently. They're giving up 135 rushing yards per game, which is 24th in the NFL. So, what is our best bet for this Browns-Bengals Monday night matchup? Well, the Bengals a little depleted at wide receiver in this one, and knowing how poorly the Browns' passing game has performed this season, we think there is going to be a lot of rushing in this game. It makes us a little wary to take the over in this one, even though both teams are giving up a combined 691 yards per game and 46 points. think we're going to stay away from the total. We think the Browns are going to keep this game close like they have all season long in their games, and honestly, they might have a fourth quarter lead in this one. We see them having an easier time controlling the line on both sides of the ball, which is going to be the difference maker in this matchup. So, with our Week 8 Monday Night Football pick, we're going to take the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5 over the Bengals, and yes, that is 100% biased. Just remember, if you do want our full card for the upcoming Week 9 NFL and college football plays for the weekend, head on over to grandstandbettors.com. Links below in the description. Would love to come see you, be part of our family, join our community today. As always, though, sit back, relax, enjoy Bengals-Browns on Monday Night Football, and we will see you live, literally, at the game.